Welcome to the curriculum for week 1 at Phoenix Rising. As I had mentioned in a previous statement about our program, the first week is Calcinatio. Everything is based off of an alchemical principle just so that we have an organizing theme and method to what we're doing with our clients. So I'm going to take you week by week and let you have a little insight into what our clients do and how we try to create change and deeper understanding into their lives. If I may, I would love to share with you the first poem that we start with regarding Calcinatio, which is fire. It's the beginning, it's the burning, it's what everybody, I think, tends to recognize with the symbol of the phoenix. This is a poem by Michelangelo that I found. Only through fire can the smith pull and stretch metal into the shape of its design. Only through fire can the artist reach pure gold, which only furnaces refine. Nor can the phoenix rear itself remake unless it first be burnt. For my part, I hope to ascend triumphantly on high, where death fulfills, where time itself must break. The fare of which I speak has brought salvation. I find it in new powers and restoration, although I seemed already with the dead. Since by fire nature reaches up to heaven, I may, through it, be reconciled, forgiven, for it must surely bear me overhead. When I found that, I was just amazed that Michelangelo was onto something so early on, involving the idea of the phoenix and already relating it to alchemy and the change that goes through. That from fire we can hopefully, although even in moments, appear dead, which I know a lot of people struggling with addiction have experienced that moment. Learn that forgiveness is possible and that something can be made and healing can come from the traumas. So that's how we start week 1. Mondays we do groups based off of understanding addiction. Tuesdays we focus on perspectives. So those of you out there that are aware of cognitive behavioral therapy, that's where we dip into that and go into triggers and distortions and help people make reframes that will aid them. On Wednesdays, we work on relationships, which of course is important with attachment. Thursdays is emotions. A lot of people don't want to deal with the emotions, and we deal with meta-emotions, where we have feelings about our feelings, and that traps our feelings to us instead of allowing them to release and just pass through as they are intended to. And on Fridays is creating change. So that hopefully every client walks away from groups on Friday ready for the weekend with some more goal-oriented components to get them through the 2 days. That tends to be a lot of time on their hands and a time where they used to maybe fall into their substances more frequently. So we try to give them more goals, something more tangible or behavioral change. So on Mondays, we start with that, and the very first day of groups, we get into just understanding what addiction is for each person. We have them do some writing. We have them talk about the beginning and the source of the addiction for themselves. In the Calcinatio week, perspectives is based on the brain. So we go into understanding the brain. I've included a lot of the fabulous Dr. Amen's work. So we talk about the 4 C's, understanding like the cravings and the compulsions, so that the clients have a better connection of like the brain to the disease model. On Wednesdays, we just start with the 4 basic attachment categories: secure, insecure, anxious, insecure, avoidant, or ambivalent, and disorganized. And we give them some education on that so that they can understand where they fall in those categories and who they attached to or didn't attach to as a child through adolescence, and how the addiction may have become the pseudo-attachment. On Thursday, the very first week, Calcinatio, we start with shame. I felt that shame was the most important emotion to dig into in the very beginning, because without getting rid of some of the shame, the rest of the work is more difficult to begin. And then on Friday, we go into motivational interviewing so that the clients can understand what stage of change they're in: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and of course, we hopefully get to maintenance sometime in our program. So that's our first week. That's Calcinatio. That's the week of fire. And again, I think Michelangelo said everything that we needed in that opening poem. I'm probably going to say this at the end of every video, but if you have any questions, if you want help applying attachment to your program, questions for your individual, whether your loved one comes to our program or not, that doesn't matter. My husband and I are in this business to help people. Thank you.